Welcome back. It is great to see our friend Dave Ruggeri again. It's been a while since you've been here, like 2 years, right?
1 year. It was last
1 year.
year.
It was last year.
Wow,
It was,
that's great.
I have no concept of time anymore.
No, it's okay.
No,
COVID affected me.
COVID has messed everything up.
Yes, and you will be Arts Fest this weekend, and we love your art. We're not just blowing smoke. We love your art.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's always good to hear. It's always good to hear. So yeah, I'm back here at Arts Fest. It was my first time out of the pandemic. Everything had shut down, and it was terrible time for everybody. It was closed down, but it gave me an opportunity to really work on my style and my skills, and then I showcased a whole bunch of new work at Arts Fest, and it went over really well. And I got a lot of new fans and followers from it, and it was a good experience. So that's why I'm back, because it was such a great experience to be down here.
So your inspiration is graffiti? Can I say
Correct.
that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm heavily inspired by graffiti and the pop art movement. That was really coming into popularity when I was a kid. You know, the internet was just starting. I mean, I'm very old, so it was way back when, right? So the internet was just starting, and you were able to see graffiti artists from New York and LA, and it really had an influence on it. And what I really like about the graffiti art is that everyone can see it. It's out there, right? Yeah. Graffiti artists are out there painting just to paint, and they just want people to see their work. And I try to put a little bit of that in my work with the color and the style and the movement.
Do you use spray paint?
I do. I use spray paint and acrylic on most of my pieces, and like the pieces behind here, the backgrounds are mainly spray paint, and then it's acrylic on top of that.
Oh, that is so cool.
Hey, let's start with these on the table, though. Let's hold these up to the
absolutely.
camera, because these are gorgeous, and they feel very local.
They do. Yes, they do.
I love them.
Yeah, so these are works that I do on paper. It's actually paint on paper, and this one is on an old map from the 60s, this old topographical map. And then I'm doing a series of the old classic tattoos, and so I have a series of that with like what the old sailors would have.
Because I thought this was Mother's Brewery.
Oh,
Yeah,
Our
right.
brewing company here in
Right.
Springfield.
Yeah, exactly. I've had a few of their products, but
Very good.
yeah, they
We
are
like
good.
them.
They are good. And so for Mother's Day, I decided to bring that one out.
That is so cool. And I asked you earlier, you can't, like these beautiful pictures behind us and stuff, they're basically one of a kind.
Correct.
And you don't do, prints or anything like that.
Correct. They're all one of one. I want somebody to buy it and love it, and for it to be their own, and not to be able to go to somebody else's house and you have the same image.
And people like that idea too, having their own piece of art.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Because Kelly and I love this one so much. We're fighting over it right now.
Yeah, exactly. So the Kool-Aid Man, again, I deal with a lot of nostalgia and things are growing up, and that was big when I was growing up. The Kool-Aid commercials and him smashing through the wall, and spending all day out and then coming home and you had to make your own drinks. Everything was in pre-bottled.
So good.
So amazing.
We love that one.
And then moving on, this one's, I love the Converse. I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah, the Chuck Taylors. I mean, these are the shoes that kind of started the whole shoe movement. They've been around since the 20s, relatively unchanged. And, there wouldn't be Air Jordans and things like that if it wasn't for the Chuck Taylors.
That's right.
This started the whole movement of sport-specific shoes.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask you a question
Yeah,
about
absolutely.
the background of this really quick? Because I'm noticing little things now, and I want to
Right.
know if it's intentional from the artist. So I'm seeing a dollar sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm seeing little crowns right here. I'm seeing things about, what is your inspiration, the X's? What is the inspiration for the background? You're going to do the Converse, then how does that happen?
Exactly. So what I try to do is on the background is I try to develop a piece that you can look at it and years later you say, I never noticed that, right?
I like
and
that.
And it also, I want to have movement in the background, and I want the viewer's eyes to move around to where I think the background is as important as the main focus. So I try to divide the piece up between the viewer looking at the background and then the main image.
I love that.
And
Okay,
I also see the heart with the cross on it. See the heart
exactly.
up here?
right up there.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes. And
So cool.
Exactly.
The arrow over
yeah.
here.
And then behind there too is in graffiti is All-Star for the Converse All-Star behind there. So
So
yeah,
cool.
that is wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, what have we got over here, Dave?
So this is the old classic Nintendo controller, and again, that was huge when I was growing up. I actually had to retake accounting because of Nintendo. We got a Nintendo in our house in college, and it took way too much of my time. But again, it was just something that was really a big part of me growing up.
This is the one I had too.
Yeah,
That's my controller.
Exactly.
Me and my brothers would play the Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Yeah.
with the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so, and
That
then
is so
I do
cool.
love, because I love the image, but again, I'm drawn to the color and the background also, though.
Yes.
So if I'm picking a piece, like I would almost go for one that I'm almost enjoying the background more because the colors speak to me for the house. Like maybe
That's one of your favorite
I
colors.
just
Exactly.
love
blue
blues,
in
all
here.
shades of blue. I'm just like, I'm in.
Right. And I try to develop pieces that really pop with color, right? I want it to be the focal point when somebody walks into the room, and I want it to draw all the attention away from everything else
Yes.
and have a conversation about it.
I think we have some,
some more
full
pieces.
screens of
Yes.
other pieces.
All right, look
Talk
at that.
about these.
So that's an Air Jordans. Those are Air Jordans, and that is where I put a little less emphasis on the main picture. So I have the background is graffiti, and then I have just the silhouettes of the Air Jordans, and then in the background, you have 6 acts for Jordan won 6 championships, and then there's number 23.
Yeah, I see the 23 down here on the right.
And then there's GOAT in there, and then here's a
Now this
Pac-Man
one speaks to me.
Yeah, and that
love
one's
it.
big. That one is 4 foot by 5 foot, so that's a really big.
I have a
piece.
Pac-Man suit.
Oh,
I do.
And I have a T-shirt of Pac-Man.
I love this.
I mean,
so
everyone
much.
can relate to Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a Pac-Man story, and
Wait, how big is this?
This is 4 foot by 5 foot.
Okay, I'm just thinking that I can fit over my bed.
Oh yeah, that is a
Absolutely,
really cool piece.
absolutely. And then there's more. This is a smaller piece. That's more of a whimsical one. Just kind of, with everything going on in the world,
Yes.
try to make people smile a little bit. And then there's the Punisher. And then the background of this is actually old comic books that I mounted to canvas, and then I painted on top of it.
Oh, I'd love to see that one in person. That's
Yeah.
Oh, I like this guy too.
And well, he's a big one too. He's also the 4 foot by 5 foot, and he is. He's just an iconic character.
Yeah.
And he has so much energy, and he's just coming through the canvas. And that one started smaller. I intended to have his, you could see his arms and the drumsticks and the whole thing, but it just didn't do it justice. So as I was sketching it out, he just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until he
it's
took
big.
up the whole canvas.
I think it's perfect.
I did too.
Thank
Love
you.
that.
And then there's another one on comic book pages, and again, that kind of is a nod back to nostalgia and me growing up. Batman was such an iconic character, and that one as well.
Now, Dave, you'll also do a few commission pieces.
Yeah, exactly. So I do limited commissions throughout the years, and so if anybody's interested, they can just contact me, and we talk about the idea, and then I do sketches, and we exchange images and ideas, and then we do it in my style, right?
Right.
So I'll take what they want and then kind of add my own touch to it.
Dave, where are you located, and how can people get in touch with you if they want to purchase?
Absolutely. So I'm out of St. Louis, so you can contact me through my website, davidruggeri.com, or Instagram is at Dave_Ruggeri, and you can DM me and send me a message, or come out this weekend.
That's right. Yes.
It's finally going to stop raining.
No,
It's
the
just
sun's going to come
unbelievable.
out.
So everyone can take their boat down to Walnut Street. And,
Exactly.
So, but come down and say hi and look at all the art. There's a lot of great artists, and I think everybody should have art in their own home, right? To kind of personalize it, and it's just much more personal to
Yeah, it
pick
is.
something out.
Absolutely.
And artists are small businesses as well,
They
right?
are.
So people
Support
think of it
small
that-
businesses, guys.
Yeah.
Head on down to Art Fest. You could take one of these home. guys.
Absolutely.
All right.
We'll all be there.
That's this weekend. Thank you so much.
No
we
problem.
love your work.
No problem. It's
Love
always
Love it
great.
so
It's
much.
always great being here.
Thank
I check in on you guys and
Thank you.
follow you guys all the time.
Appreciate it. We'll be back.
I'm so glad you do. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
no
you so
problem.
much.
Yeah, no
Makes us
problem.
happy.
Yeah, no, it's great. You guys.